Hello everyone, my name is Hania Inohosa. Today I'll be talking about reading strategies. I'm going to be going over a specific reading strategy you guys can be able to use and apply it to your reading materials. So the specific reading strategy I am going to be talking about is generating questions. So what is this reading strategy? So basically this reading strategy is about you yourself asking questions about the reading. So these questions are coming from you, not from the teacher. Why is it important? This reading strategy is important because it can help you find the main point of the text or the main idea of the text. It is also important because it can clarify any confusions you might have of the reading, and it helps you understand the text better. This another reason why it's important, it's because using this reading strategy, it can help you with a future quiz or test about reading, which is very, very helpful. So when do we use this reading strategy? You can actually use this reading strategy before, during, and after reading. So before you read, you can actually create these general questions. While you're reading, you can also create these general questions. And after you're reading, you can also create your um, general questions. It's preferable to use all three so it can be in order and it will be more clear to you. So on this next slide, I actually have an example so you guys can reference it to in creating your general questions about the passage or the reading. So for self-monitoring, you can ask, did this passage make sense to me? That's a general question. For collecting information, you can say, what are the facts? What are the main ideas, etc. That's also general. Those are also general questions that you can ask about the reading. Asking the author, what does this author seem to think is most important? That's a general question that you can ask. And then we have classifying, which is how can I recognize the information? That's a general question that you can also ask. And the last one, which is predicting, which I believe it's the most interesting and the most important, is how might this appear on the test? That's very predicting. Asking questions in prediction is very important. On the next slide, I actually have an activity. You guys can pause this video and create these general questions. So you guys can create your before, your during, and your after. So before you read this passage, ask general questions about it. While you're reading this passage, ask general questions about it. And after you're done reading this passage, ask general questions. I actually came up with my own so you guys can get an idea of what I came up with and how you guys can be able to use this to create your general questions about the passage. So these are mine. So I sectioned this out with before, during, and after. So before I read the passage, I asked, is it about the advanced technology we have? And the other question I asked was, what type of technology are we going to talk about? I actually came up with these questions because it's a little bit harder to come up with before reading since you don't know what it's about because you're actually not reading it. So what I used was I used the title. Just by the title, I was able to come up with my before questions, which is actually like a hint you guys can use. And on the next one, I put during the reading, which is what type of qualities are deteriorated in people's lives and what are the problems of these houses. So I came up with these questions while I was reading this passage. And while I was done, which is after the reading, I came up with what is the passage trying to tell me? What is the main idea of this passage? And unfortunately, we could only go over one activity, but I provided you guys with the worksheet about this. So it's going to be about reading and using this reading strategy in that reading. It's a page long, not that long, and you guys are going to create general questions. I also made a chart where you can put your before reading, during reading, and after the reading. So you guys can put your questions on in that little chart that I made for you guys. And I also included this chart of examples in the third page of that um, Word document. So that is it. That is all. Thank you guys for watching this video. And good luck on the activity. And goodbye.